Hello everybody, welcome to the JavaScript course. In this video, I'm going to discuss the DOM tree of tables. So the video will tell you the way to get the cells from a table, and we are also able to get the caption, the header, and the footer of a table. And finally, I will discuss the cellIndex, rowIndex, and the sectionIndex, all of which can be found from a table by using some appropriate properties. Now, let us see the HTML file first. Now I have a table, and the web page also has a title here, and then in the body there is the table. The ID is called my table, and I have a caption here, and then I have a table head, followed by the table body, and then I also have a table foot. And of course, I have to link my HTML file to a JavaScript file called myscript.js, which is stored in the JS folder. Okay, so let us go to the right hand side to see the output of the HTML file. So you can see that I have a table like this one. This is the caption called this is a table, and then after the caption, I have a table head called my table, and then the table body has three table rows. So this is the table body, and finally I have the table foot, which represents the final row of the table on the HTML file. Okay. Now after that, we can go to the JavaScript file. In order for me to use the strict mode, I have to say use strict on the first line of the JavaScript file. Now let us try to play with the JavaScript file. So my task for now is to get the table first. The table is indicated by the ID called myTable. So I can use the getElementById method to help me get the whole table. Now I want to get the ID called myTable, and of course I have to go to the document node first, and then I use the getElementById method. So this element variable will store the whole table starting from line number 7 of the HTML file to line number 58 of the HTML file. Okay. And after getting the table, I can play with the table to get the content from my table. So when we focus on the table, the rows will include those in the table head and the table foot. So after I've got the table here, when I want to play with the rows will include the table head here and the table foot here. So that means on the right hand side of the screen, you will see that all these things highlighted will be included in the rows property. So let us try to play with some of the content of the table by playing with the rows property. Now I want to take the table, and I want to take the first row of the table, and I would like to get the first cell of that particular row with index 0. And then I would like to pick up the text content of that cell. So for row number 0, it will just mean the first row of the table, which is actually having the content called myTable. And of course, there is only one cell on this row, so I would have the content called myTable to be shown up here. So let us see if it is the case or not. So let me save the JavaScript file, and then let me reload the page. Yes, you can see that my table has come out. So this is row number 0, because table head is also included in the rows, and there is only one cell in the table head, so I will pick up index 0 for my cellIndex, and then the text content will just help me to show my table shown here. Okay. So let me try to pick up other parts of the table. So now I will pick up row index 2, which is the third row of the table. And cells index 2 means the third element on the row. So you can see that I will pick up 200, which is this content. So let's see if it is really the case or not. Save. Reload. Yes, I can get 200. So rows 2 means the third row. Cells 2 means the third cell on the row. So I will get 200. So remember that the first row is the table head called my table. Okay. How about this situation now? Rows index 4 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the fifth row. And index 2 means the third cell. Okay, so I will be able to get 700. So let us see if it is the case or not. Save. Reload. Yes, you can get 700. So I can pick up the particular element from my table, and you can use the indices to indicate the row and the cell index. Okay. So remember that when we pick up a table, the table head together with the table foot will be included. So when we talk about the rows index, these two parts will also be included. Okay. The next topic to talk about is the caption, header, and footer. So let's see how we can obtain these three parts from my table. So for my first case here, I would like to take the caption. So I want to show the text content of the caption. So you will expect that I will get this is a table coming from the caption. So let us see if it's the case or not. Save. Reload. Yes, I can show the caption, okay, which is this part. This is the table. And how about getting the header? Let me try. Okay, I can use the t-head property to get the header, so I will get my table. See if it's the case or not. Save. Reload. So you can see my table has come out, which means the table header. Okay. Now I'm trying to get the footer. Let us see how we can do it. Now I'll just use tfoot to get the footer content. So the footer content will be just all these 4 cells in my table. That means I will be able to get the whole final row of the table, okay? So let me save it and reload the page. Yes, you can see everything is shown up here. I can get the table head of the table footer together with the 3 pieces of table data from the footer, okay? Now I have to tell you something here. When we focus on the table body, the rows indices will exclude the table head and the table foot. So what does it mean by this sentence? Let me show you the meaning of it by using an example. Now I changed the element to this particular ID content called my table body. So the ID is here. That means I will just pick up the table body, okay, from line number 12 to line number 31 of the HTML file. So I have excluded the table head together with the table foot. So let us see how I can realize this sentence. So how about this situation? When we exclude the table header and footer, I will just have how many rows? 1, 2, 3. 3 rows. Okay, so I will just have these 3 rows being the table body. So you will expect that I will get category as the answer. So row index 0 means the first row in the table body, and cells 0 means the first cell content on that particular row. So I will have category as the answer. So let us see the result. Save. Reload. Yes, I will get category as the answer according to the table body coordinates. Okay. The next part to talk about is the cell index. So let us see how we can get the cell index by using the cell index property. So I can use the cell index property to get that particular index for a given cell. Table body here. Rows 1 means the second row of the table body, and cell 3 means the fourth element on that row. So it means that I will pick up this cell, and the cell index is of course number 3, because the very far left has an index of 0, followed by 1, 2, and 3. So you will expect that number 3 will come out. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see number 3 because I'm just referring to the cell with content 300. Okay. The next topic to talk about is the row index. So the row index will return the index of the row for the entire table. When we talk about the row index, the table head together with the table foot will both be included in the counting. So let us see an example. So we captured the table body, okay? So the table body will include these 3 rows, and rows 0 means the first row on the table body, and since we have to include table head and the table foot in counting the row index, the first row in the table body is actually treated as row index number 1. So the table head will have index 0. So my table here is index 0. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the table footer will have an index of 4, which will be the value of the row index. So let us see the result. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see number 1. So because number 1 means the second row of the entire table, including the table head and the table foot. When I pick up row 0 here, it is actually meaning the second row of the whole table, which includes the table head and the table foot. Okay. So we have to notice that the table head has a row index of 0. That is the meaning of the value of 1 coming out from the alert window. Okay. The final topic to talk about is the sectionRowIndex. It gives us the index in the current table head, table body, or the table foot. So let us see an example. So I want to go to the element which is actually the table body as usual. And for the table body, I want to take a row index 0, which is just the first row. And the section row index of the table body that I have been looking into is just index 0. So rows 0 here is actually the first row of the table body with index 0. Okay, so you will see 0 coming out. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see number 0 because this is actually the section row index of my table body being investigated. So row 0 is actually the first row of my table body, and when I pick up the first row of the table body, the section row index will become 0. So the section row index is just focusing on a particular table body, or a particular table head, or a particular table foot under your concern for the time being. Okay. So this video has already talked about some properties that you can use to specify the content of a table in a DOM tree. For example, after you have picked up the table, you can use the rows index and the cells index to locate a particular cell from your table. Also, you can capture the caption, t-head or t-foot. And when we focus on the t-body, which is the table body, the rows will exclude the table head and the table foot. Okay. So when we also want to indicate the cell index, I have a property called cellIndex to use directly. And when we want to indicate the row index, we have to notice that the table head and the table foot will both be included in the index counting, okay? Because the table head will have an index of 0 for the row, okay? Finally, for the section row index, we pick up the table head, table body, or the table foot, and then I can specify the section row index of a given row indicated before the property called sectionRowIndex. This is the end of the video. If you have any questions about my video, please leave your questions on the comment section below the video. If you like this video, please give me a like and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.